ninjas, welcome to Yoga with Dojo Cat. Just a couple of things before we get started. Yes, I do have a big scratch on my nose. Fighting is hard. Second of all, can we talk about this bodysuit? It's amazing. It's the best thing that I think I've ever bought in my entire life. Fabletics, please sponsor me. Anyway, that's not gonna happen. Let's get into it. Today's flow, we are going to, as always, work on strengthening and mobility. So we're going to begin in a cat-cow. So let's begin on our knees, stacked under our hips, wrists stacked under our shoulders, and we'll begin inhaling, dropping the belly, lifting the chin and tailbone to the sky. And exhaling, rounding that spine to the sky, tucking that chin to the chest. And just keep going at your own pace, using your breath as a guide. If you want to get any extra movement in, you're free to do that. Sorry, I got distracted. There's like some big bang noises going on outside. Anyways, if you want to get some organic movement going, you can roll your spine in one direction and the other. Or you can bring your hips all the way down to your heels. It's whatever you need. And we'll come back to center. We're going to turn our palms inwards so that our wrists are facing us. This can be pretty intense, so if you need to turn your fingers out at an angle, you're free to do that. Or you don't have to do this at all. You're your own boss, right? So we're going to continue in our cat-cow with our wrists getting that nice stretch. And you can release your hands back to the front of your mat. And we're going to take our right hand and place it in the center of our mat in front of us. Inhale that left arm to the sky. Exhale, thread it underneath that right arm. And then from here, we're going to straighten our right leg, plant those toes, and heel to the mat, toes facing forward. Just intensifying this little twist a bit. And you can come out of this pose. Inhale that arm to the sky one more time. And then we're gonna roll our shoulder. So bringing that hand in big circles going forward. And then switching directions, going backwards. And come back to center in that tabletop position. We'll go to the other side. Let's bring that left arm to the center of the mat in front of us. Inhale that right arm to the sky. And exhale, twisting over, threading that hand underneath that left shoulder. And then I'm gonna move so I have the space. And then straighten that left leg out, planting that foot as flat as you can. And release the pose, come back on into tabletop position and inhale that right arm to the sky again. And then draw those big circles going forwards and backwards. And from here, we're gonna move onto our bellies and elbows underneath the shoulders, pressing the top of your feet into the mat for baby cobra. You're welcome to stay right here, just enjoying this very gentle back bend, or you can join me in getting some gentle movement here, inhaling at center Exhaling, looking over that left shoulder. Inhaling to center. And exhaling to the right. And again, we'll keep going at our own pace, connecting our movement to our breath. And we'll come back to center. And we'll come off our elbows and onto our palms and then press into a full cobra position here. Deeper stretch in the back, lifting the chin to the chest to the sky. And on your next exhale, we'll press into downward facing dog. So let's get some movement, pedaling out our feet one at a time. And then we're going to find stillness and go into a flamingo down dog. So really pressing into that right foot and then picking up that left heel to our bum, keeping those knees aligned. And that just kind of forces that right heel to the mat. If this is too intense for you, please feel free to stick to a regular down dog. And then switch sides. So pressing into that left foot and then bringing that right heel to the bum. And bring those toes to match. And we'll roll up onto our tippy toes, stretching out the feet. And when you're ready, inhale that right leg to the sky. Exhale, bring that foot in between your hands. Rise up in a crescent lunge. So really try to find length in that spine. Get drawing a nice straight line all the way from the bottom of your tailbone up to the tips of your fingers. Actively pressing out that front knee. Making sure that knee isn't going over top of the ankle. Toes. You know what I mean. And you can bring your hands to heart center and we're going to turn towards the wide part of our mat. As usual, I'm not facing the right direction, but I will. I will for you guys. Okay, so toes are facing straight on towards that wide part of your mat. Inhale, hands to sky. And exhale, folding forward for a wide-legged forward fold. You can either take your hands and crawl them behind you to get a deeper stretch here, or you can just let them hang under your shoulders. You can even tuck them into your elbows if you like and sway side to side. Relax your neck. Breathe deep into the belly. And we'll plant that right hand in the center of the mat and then extend that left arm to the sky for a twist. And release, we'll go to the other side, left hand in center, extend the right arm to the sky. And release that twist, hang out in forward fold a little bit longer, a couple more breaths. Inhale, halfway lift, coming onto the tips of your fingers, straightening that back, gazing forward. Exhale, back into that forward fold. And from here, we are going to go into a little side squat here. So bending into that right knee. It's okay if your knee comes over your toes. And we're going to straighten that left leg, toes pointed to the side. If you need to keep your fingertips to help with your balance, that's okay. A little extra challenge here for you. Lifting those fingertips off the mat, bringing that right elbow into the sky, and then twisting open. Beautiful work. You can bring those fingertips to the mat. We're gonna pivot towards that bent knee, framing our foot with our hands, and then bringing that left knee to the mat, flattening that foot out, and then meeting here in a low lunge. Really sinking into those hips. Bring that left hand to the mat and open up for a twist on the right side. All right, you can release the twist, and we're gonna turn to face the wide part of our mat, picking up that left foot, pivoting that toe behind us, and then we're gonna straighten that right leg. Those toes can come up into the air. Inhale those hands to the sky, and exhale, bending over that straight leg for gate pose. Really opening up that left side body, expanding those ribs with every breath. And on your next exhale, we're gonna bring that left hand to the mat, extending that right arm overhead. And release this pose. We're gonna bring our hands into the center here and bring that foot nice and flat with the toes facing the wide part of your mat. And we're just gonna rock back and forth, getting a nice dynamic stretch going in the inner thighs and growing area. Beautiful. Okay, from here we're gonna go into a garland squat, so you can bring your feet to the mat, sink your weight into those heels. Keep a nice long line with your spine. If you're hunching over, just think about lifting that chest up. Nice deep yogi squat here. This can be pretty uncomfortable. Use those deep breaths to release any tension that you're feeling. It's a pretty good distraction. If you're focusing on filling up your belly with air instead of, the burning pain that you might be feeling in your groin right now. One more deep breath. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to turn towards the short part of our mat, plant those hands, and step back into that downward facing dog. Let's pedal out our feet. You might find that by now your heels are easily touching the mat. It's perfect. Actually, my right side is a little bit more flexible right now, and that's totally normal. And we'll go into that flamingo again, so grounding into that right foot and picking up that left heel to the bum. And switch sides. And release that foot to the mat, bringing those toes to match. And when you're ready, inhale that left leg to the sky. Exhale, step in between your hands, rise up for that crescent lunge. You can bring your hands to your hips, turn to that wide part of your mat, toes facing forward. Inhale, hands to sky. Exhale, folding forward, hinging at the hips. And whatever you need on this side, I'm going to pull myself a little closer to deepen the stretch. And we're gonna go into another twist, but this time we're gonna bring our left hand to our right foot and extend that right arm to the sky. It's a little more intense than the other twist we did. And release the twist, we'll go to the other side. Beautiful, release that twist, come back to center, inhale, halfway lift, exhale, fold and forward. All right, we're gonna bend deep into that left leg and then turn and point those right toes to the sky. Again, option to use your fingers to help with your balance. That's totally okay. And if you'd like to join me in making this a little more challenging by bringing that left elbow inside the knee and pressing into a twist. Ooh, I'm shaking. Balance. All right, you can bring those fingertips to the floor, turn towards that bent knee, drop that left foot, bring that foot in between your hands, and then meet me in a low lunge. And bring that right hand to the mat, open up for a twist. And you can release the twist. We're gonna turn towards the wide part of our mat, picking up that right foot, pivoting that foot so it's behind us. Straightening, oh my hips just cracked. Straightening that left leg. And we'll inhale, hands to sky. And exhale, bending over that straight leg to the side. And then we'll bring that right hand outside that right knee and extend the left arm overhead. This feels really nice. All right, you can release that stretch. Bring your hands in front of you. And then we're gonna turn those toes so that they're facing the wide part of our mat. And we'll rock back and forth for that growing stretch here. And then from here, we will go into that yogi squat. So you can bring your left heel in and then sit on that right heel, coming into that nice deep squat. Focus on those deep breaths. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Again, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Beautiful work. You can come onto your knees. And actually, I'm just gonna throw an extra stretch in here. We'll go into that camel variation. We're just gonna drop that right hand to that right heel and then extend that left arm overhead and then sweep it in front of us and switch left hand to left heel. Lift those hips to the sky, extend that right arm overhead and then sweep that right arm. Going back and forth, lifting those hips and that chest to the sky. This feels really nice on the lower back. One more on each side. Beautiful, come back to center. We're gonna go into a couple of challenging poses. You don't have to do these if you are good with what we've done already. You can go ahead and click off, or you can come into, we're gonna do crow and then headstand. Okay, so beginners, I'm gonna show you what you can do. If you've never done crow before, it's totally okay. I've got a modification for you. So we're gonna kind of bring our knees on top of our biceps and elbows. Our elbows are really gonna be what's holding us up on this pose. Okay, so we're gonna lean forward, bringing our weight to our elbows. And then if you've never done this pose before, you can just pick up one toe at a time, switching, and that is a great place to start right there, okay? If you'd like to advance the pose, you just lift both of your toes at the same time, leaning forward, balancing on those hands. And tip back onto those toes to come out of the position. Beautiful work. I really like doing crow pose. It helps really also if you really think about squeezing that core and then focusing on the breath. Okay, so we're gonna go into crow again and then transition into a headstand. Again, I'll give you an option if you if you're new to headstands, what you can do is come onto your head and elbows. So your palms are nice and flat to the ground and you're just putting your head in between the palms. And then just lift up onto your toes. So you're basically making an A shape. It's almost like dolphin pose, but this is a great way to build strength in your neck to help you get to the place where you can do a full headstand. All right, so we're gonna go back into that crow position. Whenever you're ready. We're gonna hold it for a couple breaths. And those of you who wanna join me in the headstand, gently bring that head to the ground. If you wanna stay right here with your knees supporting, with your elbows supporting your knees, this is a great place to start as well. Or if you wanna join me in a full headstand, really engage that core and pop those legs into the sky. One more breath. And we'll gently bring those knees down and come out of the headstand. Just laughing because all the blood is rushing from my head down. Whew, all right. That is it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Please let me know your thoughts on this flow below. If you like it, I would really appreciate it if you liked and subscribed. I would love to have you in my little dojo. And yeah, you guys go have a great day. Go kick ass on the mats. Take care of your training partners. Maybe don't scratch their noses. Drink some water and wear some sunscreen, okay? It's the best advice I can give you. I'll see you guys next time. Os.